Good morning everybody and welcome back to another update video. This week we did see the release of the new LMS update with a whole host of new proposed rewards. So we're going to go ahead and look at that update blog and see what has changed and what will in the future. On top of that, we finally got some more information on the Fremennik Exiles quest, which we're going to go over, as well as anything else related to the old school RuneScape community this week. Anyway guys, hope you enjoy and let's get started. Alright guys, so to start off here we have the Fremennik Exiles quest, which I am really excited for. Any new quest, stoked. Especially this one because I really enjoy the Fremennik region, and so far I think everything related to it seems fairly balanced, and I'm actually pretty happy that we're getting a Master tier quest, because it seems like over the last couple of years we've only ever gotten Grandmaster quests and beginner quests, so it's kind of nice to get some that fill in the middle more. So at the beginning of the blog there are a few words from the developers, but let's get into the meat of the quest. So to begin with here, the Fremennik Exiles is a master tier quest and the next installment in the Fremennik series, taking on new challenges, making difficult decisions, and ultimately proving your worth. You are the only chance at saving Relica from the threat of basilisks. The quest requirements have been released. First appear you need to complete the Fremennik Isles, Lunar Diplomacy, Mountain Daughter, and Hero's Quest, as well as have 65 crafting, 60 Slayer, 60 smithing, 60 fishing, and 55 rune crafting. Now there are a few different rewards, but the main actual quest rewards are 2 quest points, access to the Island of Stone, 15,000 Slayer experience, 15,000 crafting experience, and hallelujah, 5,000 rune crafting experience. Now the Island of Stone is going to be a new dungeon available after the quest has been completed. It's going to contain Dagonoths, the new Basilisk, and Basilisk Knights. The Basilisk Knights are featured in the quest, but they can be fought after for an actual important drop, which we'll get to in a moment, and there will also be a new Slayer task for this monster. After you've completed the quest, their drop table will be improved. They're going to have a few different things, including a unique item, the Basilisk Jaw, that you'll be able to use on a Helm of Nidaznot to create the Nidaznot face guard, and the drop rate for this unique item will be higher when you're on a Slayer task as opposed to if you're killing them normally. Okay, so one of the main rewards from the quest, which I think is really fitting, is another upgrade, of course, to the Nidaznot helmet. So once you've gone ahead and added the Jaw of the Basilisk Knight, which will be tradable, by the way. However, when you use it on the Helm of Nidaznot, it will create an untradeable Nidaznot face guard. It's going to require 70 defense to equip and the completion of the Fremennik Exiles to wear. Now the notable bonuses from this melee helm is +6 melee strength as well as a +3 prayer bonus, which when you compare it to the Helm of Nidaznot is another +3 strength over it, so it's just going to be a little bit more DPS and the exact same prayer bonus. So that is all we know so far in the Fremennik Exiles quest. The poll should run from August 30th until September 6th. I'm really excited for this quest. Again, I appreciate that it's kind of compact, only a few things added, but they do look iconic, and the design for the face guard is really cool. I'll show a 3D version of it on screen, which is posted on Twitter a few days later, and yeah, good stuff. So today's update was all about Last Man Standing. It has been in the works for quite a while, and ever since the game mode came out a few years ago, it is pretty desperately needed a rework. So we finally have it, and I really hope it makes a difference so people actually go ahead and play this minigame. Now Last Man Standing has been drastically changed. We've been over it a few times in the update videos, but let's have a look here. First up here, there is a new loadout feature, which looks extremely helpful for saving the specific loadouts you want to take into Last Man Standing, instead of having to do it every time. This can be done via the supply chest outside of the lobby, and it will even highlight items in red if the loadout contains an illegal quantity of an item such as 2 Karam wands. Now in the updated LMS there is a new looting system. The focus has been taken away from the kind of more random locations such as like the drawers and cupboards. Now loot can only be obtained from the chests, and they will require a bloody key to be opened. So it's really incentivizing PvP, obviously in a PvP minigame. I think this was a better design choice. When looting a chest, your loot rolls once on an offensive loot table and once on a defensive loot table. And once you make it to the final 5 survivors, you'll start to receive bloodier keys as a drop. These roll on the exact same defensive loot table, but they'll have an upgraded offensive loot table, which will include the new PvP weapons, the Zuriel's Staff, the Morrigan's Javelin, Vesta's Longsword, and the Statius's Warhammer. In the new Last Man Standing, you can now accrue points while participating in the Last Man Standing games, and these points can be spent in the new reward shop. Players coming in 20th to the 24th will receive no points, 10th to the 19th will receive 1 point, 5th to 9th will get 2 points, 3rd and 4th will get 3 points, coming in 2nd will get you 4 points, and coming in 1st will give you a whole 5 points. And there's also going to be bonuses for activities within the game. Any player who gets 3 kills in the game will receive 1 bonus point, and if you get 5 or more kills in the game, you'll get 2 bonus points. So it seems like in one game you could get a maximum of 7 points. So now keeping that in mind, let's have a look at the new item rewards. Now as for the rewards, first up here we have the trouver parchment. It's going to be a consumable scroll that you can bring to Purdue, and you'll offer to enchant one of the items he would normally repair for you for a fee. This enchantment will enable players to take the item above level 20 wilderness and not have it destroyed on death. Instead, if you die within the wilderness, it will just lose the enchantment, and it'll even occur for PVM deaths. Each scroll will enchant one item, and the enchantment would last until the player dies with this item, and the player who kills you will actually also get 75% of the GP cost dropped as part of the kill. The purpose of this is to widen the amount of items that you see in the wilderness, and each trouver parchment will cost you 50 points, or around 10 LMS wins or 20 or 30 odd games. Next up here we have the Swift Blade. This weapon will attack every 3 cycles and it will be one-handed. It has no stats similar to the ham joint, so its purpose is for pure counts, and it's going to cost 350 points. Once again, tradable on the Grand Exchange. We have the Gothixian icon / Staff of Balance. You'll be able to purchase the Gothixian icon and hand it to Juna, who will infuse a Staff of the Dead, creating the Staff of Balance. The Staff of Balance will carry the same stats as both the Staff of Light and the Staff of Dead, however you will be able to autocast Claws of Guthix, and it's going to cost 500 reward points to do this. Next up we'll have Cosmetic Halos. We now have the Armadillo, Bandos, Seren, Ancient, and the Brassica Halo, and they'll have the same stats as the existing Halos in game, and each one will be 450 reward points. There will be an upgradable cosmetic cape, which will be based on the amount of times that you won at LMS, starting from 1 win going up to 500 wins for tier 5. So next up here we have some new potential rewards that they want to pull. These are pretty interesting and they do affect multiple facets of the game, both PVM and PvP. Now first up here, there's going to be a tradable imbue scroll. Now what this would be is an alternative to imbuing your rings via Nightmare Zone reward points. As an alternative, you'd be able to purchase the ring imbue scrolls from the LMS reward shop, and they would be tradable. So players who don't want to actually grind out Nightmare Zone or LMS would be able to buy the imbues directly from the Grand Exchange. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about not having to go get the imbues yourself. One thing to note though is you won't be able to trade the reward scroll in for any points on the items that you've imbued. So there's no way to get Nightmare Zone reward points from LMS. Next up, they would like to offer a level 33 Wilderness Teleport Tablet. There is a bit of a gap on the east side of the wilderness where no teleports are very close to, so they like to offer a teleport that goes into a single combat zone between some bears and spiders in the level 33 wilderness, and you can see the teleport location represented by a green circle. Next up here, there's a potential reward for a Magic Cape perk. Currently, you can use the Magic Cape to change your spellbook up to 5 times a day. However, they'd like to offer the ability to purchase a tradable token from the Last Man Standing reward shop that will let you increase it to a maximum of 10 switches a day. A lot of players do use this for PKing or just general use, so I think this is a good upgrade. Next up here, they're proposing an attachment for the Occult Necklace. What this would do is half the magic bonus, but double the magical accuracy. Now, I'm not entirely sure if they're talking about the magic damage bonus. I don't believe so, because I don't see who would want that. The magic damage bonus is the best part of the Occult Necklace, so they probably just mean the magic attack bonus, and making it more accurate, which would make it better. Next up here, they want to offer the Dragonfire Staff. This would be one of the first useful magical weapons with a spec. You'd be able to purchase Bottled Dragon Breath. We already have that item though. From the LMS reward shop, and use it on a Staff of the Dead to engulf the staff in flames. The process is not reversible, and the special attack would be a magical fireball that you shoot at your opponent, similar to a ballista spec, and the special attack would cost 65% per use. The next new item would be Runic Orbs. Runic Orbs will store 3 specific types of runes in quantities up to 1,000. Each of the orbs correspond to a commonly used PvP spell. The tradable Runic Orbs will require 100 casts of a spell to be added into them in order to activate it, making it usable. All runes in each orb are immediately lost on PvP deaths. There'd be the Runic Orb of Binding, which would store Nature, Earth, and Water runes. There'd be the Runic Orb of Teleblock, which would store Law, Chaos, and Death runes. And the Runic Orb of Fire, which would store Wrath runes, Fire runes, and Air runes. An interesting idea, although I feel like there's so many applications that could be used outside of PvP that it might be kind of hard to balance. Next up, we have the Unworldly Bracelet. Essentially, you'd be able to attach an Ethereum bracelet to a pair of Barrow's gloves. So I guess for those who want to go to Revenants, they would like to be able to bring Barrow's gloves as well. They are proposing a Unsculling Scroll. Pretty simple, you just use it and you would unskull from the player, and obviously you can only use it outside of the wilderness. They'd like to offer an Amulet of Avarice upgrade kit. The upgrade would allow players to use the Protect from Item prayer without draining the prayer when worn. The upgrade would be tradable, and when attached, the amulet would be lost on a PK death. Now, one really interesting addition would be clue scrolls. They want to add tiered clue scrolls to the LMS reward shop, so essentially be able to buy easy, medium, hard, master clues, whatever from the reward shop, and each clue would have a point cost corresponding to how difficult the clue is, most likely. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Next up, an Elder Maul attachment. It would just be a straight upgrade, plus 3 strength and 10 crush attack bonus. They're trying to repurpose the Thamron set, which was originally proposed in the Warding blog. When you wear all 3 pieces, you'll get the set effect Thamron's Fury, which will give you an extra 50% magical accuracy and 12.5% damage boost when attacking Wilderness NPCs. So there are a ton of new ideas here. I like some of them. Quite a few potential game-changing updates here. And that is it for content updates this week. And last up here, I wanted to go over a little bit of community news. First up, there was a RuneLite update. Just a few minor things, some changes to the menu entry swapper, the low detail plugin, the screenshot plugin, and the fishing plugin. But there has been a bit of a slowdown on RuneLite updates, although we do have a lot of the key features, so can't really blame them. Now for those who were awake early this morning, there actually was a small bug with the LMS update that allowed you to keep your 99 boost on any account when you left LMS, so you're able to do activities or even do achievement diaries that you didn't have the requirements for. There's not going to be a global rollback, however the players that did take advantage of it will probably get their stats removed or attempted to be fixed in whatever way possible. And last up here, something I'm actually really excited for is Old School RuneScape has been submitted to AGDQ at 2020, which is a speedrunning competition. Apparently Jagex is actually authorized to use a tournament world, as normally there'd be way too many variables to actually do a speed run fairly. So it's really nice to see that OSRS could become a speedrunning category. Anyway guys, that is going to be it for the weekly update. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave the video a like, I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.